I'll answer that for you as a former rifle pistol coach in the Marine Corps. It's a people problem, not a problem.
Huh. All right, so we got Santa Claus here. He's going to tell us about pew-pews and how we shouldn't have them because he's a former rifle pistol coach in the Marine Corps. Take a gander.
So that's how the rest of the world did it. They just got rid of all the people.
Yeah, that's true. That's how Mao did it. Stalin, you know, we could continue, but I guess that's inconvenient facts. Let's keep on.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'm glad that you said that you were a Marine Corps veteran because I wanted to bring this.
Now, it wasn't me. I don't have the patience for TikTok. I get all my TikTok garbage from Twitter. So
point up, how many times a year do you have to go as a Marine to re-qualify and prove that you are competent and proficient in the weapons that you have been issued?
I guess it depends if you're a WM or not, right? I mean, or deployment. Okay, once a year. I mean, but I don't know where he's going with this. I kind of have a clue, but let's keep going.
Answer that for you as a former rifle pistol coach in the Marine Corps. You have to go annually. And how long does that take? 2 weeks, right?
This is what got me here. 2 weeks. You know, boot camp, you got grass week and then qualifying week. I don't remember 2 weeks after that. I mean, I shot expert. I don't remember 2 weeks. Last time I did was at Camp Pendleton. There was no 2 weeks involved. What is he talking about? I could be wrong. Clue me in, but I don't remember that. It seems awfully long.
You have a week of grass week and then a week of live fire.
I think that's just in boot camp. I don't remember any grass week. Help me out. I mean, I am old as dirt, but come on. Come on out.
Isn't that right? So in the Marine Corps, you have to go for 2 weeks out of your life and prove to the Marine Corps that you are still proficient in the weapons that have been issued to you. Now let's take it a step further. Let's say you're a private through a sergeant that's living in the barracks in the Marine Corps. Are you allowed to store a firearm in your barracks room?
What does that have to do with the Constitution? So people in the military, as you know, aren't subject to the normal rules that citizens are, right? Civilians. UCMJ, completely different. So he's running all over the place wanting to yank away your pew-pews. Just basically take the Constitution and tear it up. Because I guess this is good for virtue signaling points on TikTok. Good work, Harry Man.
The answer is no, you are not. If you privately own a weapon, you have to go and register that weapon with the Provost Marshal's office, and then they issue a receipt to you saying...
Well, let me tell you a stupid story. So my wife's an officer, right, in the military. She had a bow in the back of her truck. There were arrows there. For going to the archery range, right? Long story, but they said, well, you got to separate the bow from the arrows. She's driving. This is a bow, right? I mean, it is the military. I'm not taking him for being too wise.
Where your weapon will be stored and kept safe for you. Why is it that the United States Marine Corps, the finest fighting force on the planet, is more restrictive in who and where firearms can be stored and...
I don't really care why they are, because that doesn't matter. Because the Constitution is pretty clear. Shall not be infringed, you know, the right to bear arms. I get it. People say we can't have a bazooka and all these things, but now he's comparing me and you, who've got our stuff in a gun safe probably, right? We plink paper, maybe some guys are more active, but most people aren't doing a lot with it. Maybe they go deer hunting. This guy thinks the rules should be as restrictive as if you're a young Lance Corporal on Camp Pendleton. You're tracking here.
Possessed than the average 18-year-old in the state of Texas. Why? You see, your plan is to...
So make it more restrictive. That's going to help something. It's already illegal to whack somebody. That's against the law. It's illegal to do vitamin F, which comes from the southern border. That's against the law when people do it. His idea is to make it more restrictive than what the military's got because of some logic that no one else knows about except him.
Just do nothing and ignore the problem and continue to pray and hope that it goes away. Well, guess what, Erica?
Well, I discussed this in the last video. I grew up 70s and 80s, right? More access to pew-pews than by far than now, right? Even less restrictions on fully automatic pew-pews. Okay? There was not the problems we have in school. So it's bigger. So as he wants, you know, Santa Claus here, take away your right to have, you know, protect yourself, right? Have you done anything wrong? I haven't. You can't get it if you've done anything wrong. But yet he thinks that we should give that up, and he should be allowed to sit there in front of his comic books, I guess.
That's not fucking working, okay? That is not fucking working. Let's look at the Second Amendment for a second, all right? The Second Amendment says a well-regulated militia. If you believe that...
Okay, what if you're in the militia? What if you just say, hey, you and me, watching the video, we're in a militia together. We go out and shoot paper, we have fun, we laugh, we drink, not Bud Light, but we drink beer. We just have it because we want to do it, because we like the Constitution. Would that be against, of course he wouldn't like that. So you just form a well-regulated militia, what that means exactly. But you can't win with these people, that's my point.
The Second Amendment applies to all citizens, and all citizens are supposed to be that militia. What do you think well-regulated means?
Well, I mean, you can't win with these people. They want to take them. They will come for them. I mean, it'll start with the AR, right? Then they'll come for Granny's pocket revolver, right, which takes the deposits from the feed store down to the bank, right? They'll come for that. That'll be your shotgun. You only need one shot in there. You're like a David Hogg, right? That'll be your deer rifle. You see how this goes. And after what happened during the Shmona, right? You saw what happened to Australia. Why would you want to give that ability to protect yourself up? Would you ever want to do that? I don't think the answer to that is yes, is it?
Doesn't mean no regulations. Jesus.
We got regulations out the wazoo. You go through a background check. Is that not regulated enough? And we do that. You only own certain things. If you're in, say, New York City, you can't own, it's very well regulated. You can barely own anything. I mean, if you tried to get a magazine shipped, I'm in Colorado, a magazine shipped for a G17, right? Shipped here. I couldn't do it. I had to go pick one. You couldn't do it. So it's pretty regulated. I mean, he's going to pick and choose because he's a virtue signaling asshole.
Christ, why is this so hard to understand? Doing nothing makes it easier for children to...
Let's go through the list of these people that were at the schools. Just look at them. Look at the last half a dozen. Look at all of them. They're probably all, as I recall, in SSRIs at some point. I'm not saying that's the entire problem. I'm saying if you're going to outsource parenting to the internet, to YouTube, to porn sites, this is what we're going to get. Violent video games, not the parent saying, hey, Junior, time to get away from the game, go out and do something. I'm not saying get rid of video games, but you got to have some parenting, right? This guy doesn't want the parenting. He wants the government to parent. He wants the DNC to parent. He wants to rip up, eviscerate the Constitution. I bet he's even worse on the First Amendment. Your right to speak. If it's against a group that he loves, he'd tell you to go f*** yourself.
Get slaughtered in their schools.
Right.
All the way off.
He's fun. I always love these people with their comics. I'm sorry. I know you guys love that stuff. I'm not into it. I'm a lot older, I'm sure, than he is. I don't get it. You know. But what do you think about this guy? If you made it this far, I want to thank you. Please go to the description below. Follow me on Rumble at a minimum. I got demonetized on YouTube. I've said that before. Deemed hateful and harmful. That's what YouTube told me. I mean, this guy, you can't win with people like this. And he says, I questioned the grass week when you're in the fleet. I don't remember a grass week. Maybe that's a new thing. Maybe I'm completely a moron. I don't remember 2 weeks of anything after boot camp to requalify. But anyway, thanks for your time.